There we are. Well, hello, everyone, and welcome to HoGaLe's Global Astrology. Know your planets, know yourself, or know your nation, know yourself. The two are interchangeable. And here we are with another HoGaLe for you guys. So, of course, here to my side, we have Lady G looking lovely in a kind of a coral pink. Is that correct? Would you say?
Yeah, it's an orange color.
Yeah, very nice with a lovely gold accoutrement there. And of course, down under, here we are. We have Lena down under. And I think Lena was about to say that we should do a crowdfunding for me getting a new computer or something. But the button,
totally. What do you reckon, guys?
I'm waiting for the January sales. When the January sales come,
good.
Then I think I'll just get a new laptop. As usual, we've got lots of questions that have come in, so we're going to dive in as usual. Everyone, where are we going in our esoteric aeroplane today?
I love these.
So we're going to be talking about Syria. I think we need to speak about Syria, and actually. We're going to be talking about Syria, and then we've got a Nick Fuentes question, some Congress questions and stuff. So it might actually be a little bit more of bits that are going on in the States today. Oh, a little bit on Hunter Biden, if we've got time. Let's dive in. Let's just dive in and start the show. So Syria. Nick Minx asks, as Syrian rebels are appearing to gain control of major cities, do the cards show if Syria can move forward away from Assad's control? Now, I understand he's in exile in Russia.
Don't.
You're just like, wow. Oh, look at this. Oh, gosh, everyone's getting stuck in already. Thank you so much for your donation.
Thank you. Hogarth, I'll just point it out. Renee says, buy your electronics before the tariffs take effect. But you're okay in the UK.
I'm in the UK. do some people still think I'm in America? No, thank you for the suggestion. But I'm in the UK, so we should be all right for tariffs.
Where it's only moderately crazy, like Australia. We live in moderate countries. They're only half mad and bad.
Mind you, the whole world seems to be going totally bonkers, doesn't it? So let's see the future of Syria. Will they ever escape Assad's control? And does it mean that the new ones that come in, if that's the case, would they even be any better? But that's another question.
This is always the case, isn't it?
Syria.
And I was just read this morning, there's 800 US troops in Syria.
Really?
And I don't think the Yeti knows this. Talking large about what he'll do and not do.
Will they ever be free of Assad? This always seems to be the case with these leaders. They seem to be very long-lived, and they always manage to escape.
Yeah.
Oh gosh.
And then what happens, and I think this is really important and key here, you have whether you call them tyrants or whatever, but it's intergenerational. He inherited it from his father. Now, what happens when you've got two generations of this sort of behavior? There's no effective opposition to step in because they kill the opposition. It'd be like Duarte in the Philippines or anything else. So they're often really vulnerable after the big boss exits.
Yeah. Interesting cards. Who's ready to go first?
Are you ready, Lady G?
No, not really.
Okay.
Oh,
well, I can.
It might be. Yeah, go for it. Go for it, Lena.
All right. At the moment, there's a degree of celebration in the sense that Assad took off in an aeroplane and there was that instant reaction. However, who's going to actually run the government here becomes the question. People aren't going to like the options because now it's just the beginning of the fight of who has power. And then these next two cards, I don't know what time frame we're talking, but they're not marvelous. I think things will be looted from Syria. And most people, that would be your average Syrian. And we've got to bear in mind here, Syria was one of the more stable countries traditionally in the Middle East and has a huge history going back to the mists of time. But now people feel their hands are tied. They don't know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very interesting. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, take this with a grain of salt because I know nothing about this at all. So underneath of it, the light is coming in on a new action that's taking place. The energy is about trying to stabilize the government and just holding tight, you know, those that are trying to protect what's there. And what's being worked on is this charging forward with new truth.
Good. Good energy for that.
Interesting. And what is it? Did I just want to say, oh wow, what's going on tonight? Everyone's getting stuck in. I have to say a few more thank yous before I read my cards. Hopefully my computer will oblige. Oh come on, what's going on? It's taking I'm getting a bit glitchy here. You know what? Never mind. Let's just dive in with my reading, and I'll do the click ups later. Actually, Lena, you and I, we've got similar cards. So if we look here, are we okay? Can everyone see me? I'm getting a bit of sketchiness going on. My camera's frozen. Can you see me? Oh, here we go. Oh, now okay, now it's working.
We can hear you. Okay.
Perfect. All right, I'll just click off that. I'll do some more click up soon, guys. I'm just having a bit of some kind of funny issues. So if we look here, we have the Moon card that has shown up. So this is, of course, describing the situation in Syria. The thing is with these people, when they flee or they get overrun or what have you, there's always a power vacuum. And you never really know what's going to happen, isn't it? That's part of the problem. There we are. That's part of the problem. You always get this power vacuum. You can never be sure what is going to happen. I just want to say a quick thank you here as well. Thank you, Big Dob Mom. Much appreciated. Quite literally, if we see what's in the obstacle position, we have the Hierophant, which of course is the government, but the government in a way has effectively fled abroad. You got the Hierophant as well. So this obviously is going to be describing Assad, but also as well the whatever's left of the regime behind. Yeah. So they're obviously a bit discombobulated about what to do because obviously things aren't working out. Again, just like I get the Three of Cups as well. So yeah, some people are celebrating that, you know, the evil man for now is gone. Is gone, which is understandable. But again, what is the replacement? Do we know anything about the rebels that are coming in? Are they any better? Are they more progressive, or is it going to be something even more regressive? We'll have to see, won't we? Either way, they're certainly going to be speaking up a lot. Here we have the Page of Wands. Pages, of course, are all about messaging. But also as well, the Page of Wands in particular can be that the orator, the spokesperson. So they're certainly going to have a lot to say. With Assad gone, in terms of them being able to capture the main capital, that's probably going to be maybe a little bit easier, because you don't have the psychological presence of the big dictator there. But look at this. I also get the Eight of Swords as well.
Wow, we got three of the same cards.
Yeah, three of the same cards. So it's like, which is always a clear message from Spirit, isn't it? So it's a muddle. It's a tangle. Are these will these people be any better? I mean, we don't know anything about them, but in terms of for Syria, it's looking like it's just very choppy, isn't it? It's very, very choppy.
It's
So we'll have to
really
see.
sad.
Yeah. Yeah.
And the capital is Damascus, which has this huge role in our psyche, you know, in the road to Damascus. And hello, it's been a global superpower forever, and everyone forgets about Syria.
Yeah, it really was. And it was one of the, you know, in many ways, so much of it, well, we always say the cradle of civilization, but Syria and Mesopotamia, all of these old, you know, they're really, really historically very important places. So seeing them fall into such kind of like madness is obviously is very worrying, isn't it? Are we ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
Can I say two things?
Sure.
One is, this is also a defeat for Putinchka, who backed Assad. Lest we forget. Now, also in the comments, Wendy, hi Wendy, in Australia, we just had, this is a totally different subject, a dark web drug dealer got arrested, went through the system. He got a community order, community service and home detention because he's the son of a conservative politician. Just saying, just so you don't feel you're all alone, America, in, you know, this sort of nonsense.
Gosh. Pluto in Capricorn, everyone. As you know, I've been saying ad nauseam. Pluto in Capricorn. Just look at it. It's just, it's like the sewer is just overflowing now. There's another one here from Nick Minks, actually, but this is interesting. Now, we've not spoken about this person very much. I think we've only referenced this person once. And we'll have to see what the Bard thinks as well of this person. So this is a certain Nick Fuentes.
Oh,
yeah. I mean, well, so Nick Minks asks, Trump ally Nick Fuentes, who posted on a female's Dems website, so I think she's saying female Democrats website, and he's apparently he said your body my choice. Oh god, which is just
which has gone viral.
Yeah, I can imagine. Yeah, has been arrested after allegedly assaulting a woman. Will he be prosecuted over this? So that's quite interesting, isn't it? And then we'll see what the Bard thinks of Fuentes.
And he's not a stupid guy. He's chosen to be a white supremacist Neanderthal. You know, that's just his life choice. You know?
Yeah.
And remember, about a month or two ago, he came out, he was upset with Trump over something. Can anyone in the chat remember? And he pushed back and, I'm through with Trump. And then he came groveling back on his hands and knees.
Oh, did he? They always do, you know. Look, one thing I would say this about Duck Larange, and I've said it before because I know his chart. He has got dirt on everyone. There's stuff he knows that is this thing, because they leave and like, I'm leaving you, and then there's some kind of phone
and then they go to Mar-a-Lago, and then it's all right again.
Yeah, it's very interesting.
It has special properties, Mar-a-Lago.
Yeah, must be the burgers he's serving up or something. But you know, he obviously knows. He's obviously got some good chefs down there, because they all seem to go and they all seem to change their minds. Very interesting, isn't it? Fuentes, yeah, no. Duck Larange, he's got a lot of dirt on people. Fuentes.
I can go if you want.
Go for it.
Okay. Right now, he's got the Four of Swords, in the sense he's been stopped in his tracks right now. And here's the Hierophant again, which in this case is representing the court system. But here comes my card for the Yeti, which is the Emperor card. So already strings are being pulled behind the scenes.
Yeah.
He and they are completely ruthless. They will stop at nothing with this stuff. I think this Empress card represents, oh, there you go. I think this Empress card represents the woman, and where there's one, there's usually more. So this story could multiply. This woman is speaking up, but others may well do. Very simple. But friends in high places with this Four of Wands, this is all the behind the scenes. So I'm not seeing him get significant problems out of it.
Yeah, White House card showed up, isn't it? Yeah. So, Lady G, what do you have?
Well, what I have underneath of it all, we have the cup overflowing of light with that. With the women, the cup is coming off, getting more family. The wish-fulfilling card, and women are standing there and had enough of this, so that truth is coming out. This is about a victory. The energy coming into it is standing guard, but we have the wheel is turning. The challenge, the judgment is coming when it comes to things that they've tried to get away with.
Yeah, you got the 5 too, or 7 of swords. Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, I hope the judgment's coming. I prefer your cards, Lady G.
Yeah. Let's see what happens. Well, with my cards, this is quite a mixed picture. Actually, it's quite a mixed picture. Even though this card is woman, I think this card does represent Nick Fuentes. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Because the shadow of this card is, it can mean what? Vanity. Yeah. Vanity, self-indulgence, lack of discipline. Obviously, he's doing well financially, all of that kind of stuff. But he's neither poor nor uneducated, as Lena says. I mean, he really should know better. He really should know better. But this is also the card of being bought, or being morally ambiguous or corrupt. Yeah. So I think this card here, in the shadow sense, is Mr. Fuentes. And obviously, these can also talk about the allegations of, other women as well and stuff like that. Certainly a cat amongst the pigeons right now. He's probably trying to organize himself. He's probably scrabbling around for help. The irony is that he's probably going to try and approach Trump or Trump backers to sort of help him out, even though he was only cussing out Trump a few weeks ago. Yeah, because basically Trump let it slip out of the corner of his mouth that he knew that he didn't win, the 2020 election. And that's what kicked off Nick Fuentes. He's like, I did so much. I spent so much money as well, funding and stuff. And obviously he's gone crawling back. Why? Because as usual, there is an abuse of power. Would also describe Nick Fuentes' abuse of power. But I think this is also talking about Duck Larange and the tools he has at his disposal. He obviously has got these people on speed dial. And I don't know if he pre-records some kind of sinister voicemail or something like that, but something happens and they just go crawling back. It's remarkable. So this is also Duck Larange being able to abuse his power as well. But if we look here, Nick gets the Hermit card. So I think he's probably reflecting a little bit on past deeds. So again, it's a little bit, I think it's a bit more ambiguous for him. And then we see here, I get the Queen of Cups as well, which of course can speak about women who maybe have been keeping something secret here, and now they might be lifting off the lid. So it might be the first of many. And I think it's tricky for him. I think it's tricky for him. It could be that things develop further, but he's probably going to have to rely on Duck Larange to maybe get him out of trouble. That's what I suspect. There might be more women coming forward, I think. Yeah.
All right. So we've got a troll here.
Oh, do we?
Yes, Tarot Destroyer. who's chosen a creepy doll face as the icon and is probably some incel in a basement. But darling, do go with love. You really shouldn't be spending time here with these sorcerers, you know. Not good, not good.
It's just
So
like,
off you go, pet. Do some colouring in with your Bible stories. You've got a lot to do.
it's just I just completely, it just doesn't affect me at all. Let you go with love. You know, you might get educated about something, but doesn't
Yeah.
affect me.
Oh, a fact might slip in to the cranium. Oh, dear. Watch out.
Want attention, you know, they're so lacking in themselves that they have to go around and try to get attention. So
barely worth discussion.
Poor little
Let's move on. All right. So we did Nick Fuentes. All right, let's go to,
wait a minute. We're going to do the bard.
Oh, yes.
Sorry. What does the bard think? Who went last time?
I think I did. It's your turn.
All right. Yes, that's it. All right. So, of course, thanks for that threw me off a little bit. All right. So let's see what the bard thinks of Nick Fuentes. So, Lady G, is you calling?
And stop.
Oh, I think it was there. This is interesting. This is interesting. So this is from Henry the Sixth, Part 2. It says, "I could come near your beauty with my nails. I'll set my 10 commandments in your face."
Maybe that's for the troll. I love that.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe. Yeah, that's kind of a bit more. I think that's kind of a bit more for the. Yeah.
I think so.
I think so. Again, I think that was for the troll, actually, to be honest. "I could come near your beauty with my nails. I set my 10 commandments in your face." Wow. All right, let's go again then. So let's how interesting. You see, honestly, I think the bard really does tune in, you know.
I
think the
know.
bard really does tune in. Lady G, do you want to go again?
Sure.
All right. Okay. So Nick Fuentes. I think that was for the troll. All right. Nick Fuentes. I can't believe that. I just love the bard. All right. Tell me when to stop.
Stop.
This one, it says, this is interesting. Again, I think it is quite succinct. It said, "One may smile and be a villain." Hamlet.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Because he doesn't look
pretty
like a
straightforward,
monster.
really.
He doesn't look like a monster. He just looks like a normal young guy, you know.
Yeah.
But interesting.
Yeah. One may smile and be a villain. Yeah, I think it's just because when you see him, when you actually look at him, like you said, he looks kind of harmless, and then when you realize what's going on in his mind and his rhetoric and stuff like that, it's really quite toxic. But I think he's managed to seduce a lot of people with that sort of veneer of vanilla, but it's all spike and daggers underneath. So interesting. Yeah, there we are. Sometimes the bard is
now, Hoagie, I think you do have to take a minute to deal with the troll because it's affecting everyone on the chat.
All right, who is it then? Wait a minute. I think Patricia Franzino. Are you able to kind of knock the troll out because you've got the? She's one of my moderators. Who is it? What are they called?
It's replicating. They've put a bug in the system.
Replicating. All right, let me just see. Oh, Jesus. What are they called? I'm having to scroll down the chat here.
Tarot Destroyer. If you scroll up, you'll see a lot.
I can't find it yet. Oh, this is
whole thing. They
a pain in the ass.
Like 10 times in a row and just take over the whole.
Really?
Yeah.
Let's see. I'm scrolling down because I'm having to get through the chat. Sorry about this, guys, but you know.
No, we have to deal with it this one.
Yeah. Oh, here we are. Oh, what's this? Sorceress to okay, yeah, it's all the sorcery stuff. So let's go here. And then my computer's gonna comply. Oh, guess what? The bloody button thing's not working. Oh, here we are. Let me just oh no, it is. Ban user and delete their comments. Oh, for fuck's sake. 1 minute. So sorry, I swore everyone. Sorry. I'm trying to ban them. Let's see. Oh god, the bloody button's not working.
Please get a new computer.
It's just look, they should be banned now. Let's see if they're back. I see, they've just doing lots and lots and lots of postings. But yeah, for some reason the buttons here just
I think it's gone now.
Yeah?
I don't know.
We'll see. I can see they posted a ton of stuff, but let's not give them too much attention because that's what they want. Yeah. Anyway, let's go on to question number 3. So Musk, this is coming from Darren UK. So Musk is allegedly donating 100 million to Nigel Farage's Reform UK party for the next election, so Nigel becomes the next PM. Can you see what the cards say about it? Apparently Musk will be able to do it via Twitter UK, etc. Wouldn't and I think they're meant to say, wouldn't that be illegal? So let's look at that. Elon and Musk. I'm sorry, Elon and Farage. Let's have a look.
And for US viewers who mightn't be familiar with Nigel Farage's name, he's this irritating guy who pushed Brexit the whole time, told all the lies that encourage people to vote for Brexit, and now he's still there. I can't believe he's given airtime in the UK.
Well, something to update you on, Lena, is we do national polls from time to time to see how political parties are doing. And they are now in second place, Lena. They're in second place.
I know. It's behind the Tories.
Oh, interesting. Oh, wow. Oh, all right. Who's ready to go?
I'm not yet. Do you want to go, Lady G?
Yeah, I can go.
Go for it.
So underneath of it, it's about his wealth that he's coming in with. There will be an investigation looking deeper into it about this loss, trying to juggle these things as to the monetary things being held. They're going to look at his history, and that will be a tower moment, because the readings about trying to guard what's coming in. The energies about justice and new truth coming in, revealing the hidden things when it comes to the money, the message about the money.
Interesting. And Lena, what do you have?
Well, this has been in the works for a while, I think. So I don't know if you can see well with this lighting. This is 2 men on a boat. This is symbolically, I think, talking with each other. They know they can play on the emotions. This is the equivalent of the Ace of Cups. People, by and large, are not rational beings at all. They're emotional creatures, for better or for worse, and they know and are shameless about doing that. At the moment, I think this is Farage scratching his head symbolically, in the sense that I think he's feeling, I've got momentum yet again, as you were just saying, of how to milk this. More money will be poured into the coffers Farage will toe the line and do his bit. This is the compromise card, but this is a global problem. And it needs to be addressed that any one person can donate 100 million to a candidate. It is out and out oligarchy behavior. It's just buying politicians in broad daylight. It's not sneaky stuff. It's not going through intermediaries. It's just, I'll buy 5 people in the UK and I'll buy 12 people here and I'll buy 4 people in Australia. This has got to be dealt with. Where are the grown-ups?
Yeah. And again, as you know, I'm always saying, but this is it. Like when Pluto changes signs, it always shows where the grubby is, or the power struggle, where the power struggles are. And this is why we're seeing this energy develop more and more and more. I know in Western tropical astrology, everyone is saying, even now, Pluto is in Aquarius. It isn't, not in terms of physical space. Look at the news. What are we seeing? Oligarchy openly manipulating and interfering in government. It's not even hidden now. No. Before it used to be, under, now it's just like, and what? So it's very, very interesting. We can actually see very clear manifestations of this energy. I just want to say some quick thank yous though before I do my reading. Hopefully I can click on and click off. Here we go. Thank you, Liz, so much for your donation. Thank you, Summerland girl, much appreciated. Thank you, Harriet, for your donation. Thanks. Thank you, Mark Mackenzie, for your donation. Much appreciated. Summerland girl again, thank you. And Dr. Liz, thank you so much for all the support, everyone. And please, of course, don't forget to like and subscribe to help support the channel and, free us from these trolling douchebaggery haters out there. Anyway, now, the cards here are actually really clear. Sometimes they're more cryptic. Sometimes they speak in graffiti. I think this is graffiti tonight.
Yeah, okay.
Here we've got the Magician. Yeah. Now, we know this when we're talking about politics. So these are powerful people who are trying to manipulate and influence outcomes. And they have a lot of resources. This is the card, the Magician card. He has every resource at his disposal and is determined to use it. So, of course, this is going to be Elon. Yeah. Elon and the like. There they are.
Master manipulator.
Here we are. We've got the Chariot here. So I'll cover the boobies here. We've got the Chariot here. So they're determined to move forward at pace. It's all a breakneck speed. Before there used to be a fig leaf hiding their intention. Now the fig leaf has been torn away and it's full buttocks and full frontage out. There's no disguising anymore, isn't it? It really is very clear. These are my intentions. This is who I'm buying. And everyone is just like, it's really interesting.
That's right.
So here we are. We've got, so Musk, of course, sees himself as a kingmaker, quite literally. And that's not actually a flight of delusion, folks. We've seen just how influential he's been. Yeah, we've seen how influential he's been. He's obviously, helped out Duck Larange, and he, looks like he wants to do the same for Farage. Yeah. But I mean, when you think of like the current, Labour government and what's happened over the last 14 years in the UK, that is also helping the likes of Farage as well, because there's been so much incompetence.
Totally.
It just helps the cause. Yeah. But we'll see. It may not be quite as easy to pull it off in the UK as in other places. Because, there is still, not that our media is perfect, but there is still quite a lot of sharp scrutiny out there. And, we prefer subtlety in the UK. Blatant airdrops of cash don't really go down well in the UK. They just don't. Yeah. So, but of course, we can all see, look, the abuse of power card is back. And that's essentially what it is. So people are frustrated. People are upset. There's been decades of bad policy decisions, and that's part of what sows the seeds for popularism. But now now it's just a lot more naked, isn't it, folks? But yeah, Elon's definitely giving it a good go.
Yeah, but also the problem with what's happening in the UK, along with everywhere, is the new Prime Minister comes in. He wants to move forward, whatever that means for him. He's my least favourite person in the world behind 10 other really bad people. But Farage has not been condemned for his role in Brexit, which should have happened every time there's a failure of a trade deal, every time there's something that can't be serviced because of Brexit. They should be on the front foot, Labor, going, this is Nigel Farage for you. Nigel Farage actually forge his name onto economic crisis. Actually say something instead of going, oh, you know.
Yeah, they never do. They never do. It's
They
just
never do.
Yeah, I think for me, and in fact, I'll keep my opinions to myself on this about what I feel about the political class in general. But I think the
But
slate
you're
needs to be
right. It's the inadequate governance and sloppy governance and corrupt governance and backward governance that is opening the fields everywhere for this simplistic right-wing stuff. It's not complicated stuff.
Yeah.
Let's
indeed.
poison people over here. You know?
Indeed. Right. Are we ready for the next question?
Absolutely.
All right. So here we go. So now this is really interesting. Now we're actually taking a step into the future here. Nick Minks again, but this is the first I'm hearing of this, and it sounds quite exciting. So she says, scientists in the UK have created the world's first diamond battery. Diamond, yeah, capable of producing power for thousands of years. Will this actually revolutionize the energy market, or will it be buried due to its challenge to current reliance on fossil fuels? Interesting, that one, eh?
Very. And I've been harping on for years, whoever conquers the new battery will rule the world.
Yeah.
Diamond batteries. I don't know where did they get the diamonds? I'm thinking blood diamonds, or is it a figure of speech?
No, maybe it does. This is the first I've heard about it, literally tonight, so I'm going to have to research it afterwards. But no, the diamonds are quite plentiful. I'm sure they found a way. Maybe, I don't know. I wouldn't even know how they've actually done it, but it sounds promising.
Well, not if you're a forced diamond miner on $2 a day in Zambia or Botswana or South Africa.
But I don't know how the technology, because I've literally only just heard about it, so I'm going to have to research it.
And it might just be a turn of phrase.
Yeah. They might even just use diamond dust or something. Diamond technology. One thing that is positive to know, though, my friend Sarah sent me a link to a YouTube channel that actually focuses on good news, which is really, really cool. And I saw something fabulous on carbon capture and stuff like that. And oh my God, what was the thing that I was going to say? Crikey, it's just gone out of my head. Basically, there's this powder that they found. No, been developed, not found, which is basically about this much, and this much of powder can capture the same amount as a tree over its whole lifetime of carbon. So they're saying this could actually start becoming the basis of carbon capture technology to reduce the world's temperature. So I thought that was worth a share as well.
Yes, so as soon as they stop letting single individuals co-opt all these ideas, because often there's good ideas and then the fossil fuel companies buy that patent, buy that idea, and then park it for 20 years. So this stuff is there. We can do better, people.
Yeah. Interesting cards. Who's ready to go?
Do you want to go, Lady G?
Sure, I can go. Well, underneath of it, there's an agreement with people now about justice, wanting this to go forward. The energy coming into it is, this is new and it's coming in rapidly.
Yeah.
And what's going on now? They are having questions. There is the bringing out information about it that's being shared with people. Now the challenge is what's hidden, but what's hidden is going forward and then somebody coming in, taking power and doing action on this and shedding light. So it's looking hopeful.
Yeah, I've got quite positive cards too, in the sense it starts with the wedding card. So this is cooperation and people working together. A sort of a word of warning, excuse me. The word of warning is the Five of Swords. In the chat, people said, no, these are man-made diamonds, and I'm very pleased to hear that. But I think this could be who's going to control the industry of man-made diamonds if this goes ahead. But it is going ahead. It's sort of past its teething phase. I think it's more advanced than we were perhaps aware. And the fossil fuel mob and stuff are not thrilled about this for obvious reasons.
Mm-hmm.
However, the outcome is the victory card.
Ooh.
Interesting. But be warned.
Yeah. And I've just remembered as well what I was going to say. The global south, the global south. So a lot of the economies, countries in the global south have now overtaken Western and Northern countries in terms of renewable energies as well, because it's now reached that tipping point where it's now actually cheaper to implement the newer energies rather than relying on the old ones that we do in the West. So irrespective of what is going on with us, which is increasingly looking like the old world, in the global south, they have now overtaken the West and the Northern countries for things, renewable energies and stuff like that. So even if our politicians and all that lot are in the pockets of other people, the rest of the world, thankfully, is moving forward. It has to happen. And obviously with a diamond battery that can last indefinitely, who doesn't want one of those? I'll just say a quick more thank yous as well, and then I'll read my cards. So thank you, Foggy, so much for your donation.
Cheers, Foggy.
Hopefully I'll be able to earn Foggy again. And then thank you, Marvel, so much. Thank you, Judy. Thank you, Tara. Thank you, Summerland. Diamonds can be identically made. Brilliant idea. Feels like Nikola Tesla repeat. I certainly hope so. Thank you, Maria, as well, for your donation. And thank you, Ernie's mom as well.
Guys, you're so generous. Thank you.
So if we look at, actually, I think I've got the flip side here. I think I've got the industry's perspective. I think I've got how they feel about these diamonds. So look again, look at this. How many times? Six of Cups. They want to hold on to the past.
Good old days.
They don't want people to let go of fossil fuels. They're like, this is what we know. This is what we understand. We know it destroys the planet, but it's familiar. It's familiar. And that is a big part of human nature as well. People don't like change, especially the fossil fuel industry. Of course, they're going to keep going with their backhanders and back deal payments. They may even try and buy these people off. I'm not sure if it's going to work. This project, though, it looks like it's going to have energy behind it. It's got thrust. It's got impetus. Who's not going to want that? Because it solves a lot of problems when you've got a battery that could run indefinitely. I don't know how you switch the thing off, though, if it actually has a funny turn, but, I'm sure they'll figure that out. You might have to go in there and just whip the diamond out. You will, though, have those who have been in power, who are nostalgic for the past, want the old ways to continue. They are going to try and bind this stuff up. And of course, surprise, surprise, they're going to try and get away with things, try and, trip up the progress of this technology. But the thing is, I think we've reached a tipping point now where, fossil fuels, particularly if you're a developing country, they no longer make sense. It's actually cheaper to go with the greener stuff. So hopefully that's what will happen. Are we ready for the next question?
Almost. M. Kelpie says in the comments, my grandfather used to test carburetors, and there was a guy that made one that would get 85 miles per gallon, which was the norm. The big corporations bought it and buried it.
Yeah.
Which is what I was describing before. But I think this project is beyond that stage, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's out there. But the robber barons will want to move in.
Oh, absolutely. And they've even had cars that run on water, by the way. So, I mean, it's all there. It's all there. Yeah, indeed. Right. Let's move on to the next question. So that was the battery. Let's go to question number 5. And then we'll see if we can squeeze in a duck l'orange at the end. Nick Minks again. Will any of the GOP really vote to protect democracy, especially now Congress has a slim majority for them? Past astrology cards always showed that there would be a split within them, but as yet, that's not really materialized. I'm not sure if that was really our past readings, but anyway, shall we see? Will the GOP really vote to protect democracy, especially now that Congress has a slim majority, it seems, for them?
So does that mean some in the GOP? Obviously, the whole party isn't going to prioritize the country.
I think that's what they're asking.
Will enough GOP stand up for democracy?
Yeah, let's put it that way. Yeah, let's put it that way.
Will the what? What's the question?
So will any of the so I'll read it again. It's not that clear, but anyway, will any of the GOP really vote to protect democracy, especially now Congress has a slim majority for them? So I think she's saying the GOP have a slim majority in Congress, and have they already got the Senate? Is that correct? Can anyone update me on that?
Already got the Senate.
So she's asking, will they uphold democracy?
Yeah. While we're shuffling, Raymond says in the comments, it's a quote from Voltaire, right? It is difficult to free fools from the chains they revere.
Ah, gosh, yes, yeah. That sounds like something Voltaire would say. It's true. That's bang on.
Will they cross the floor? Will they do? Oh.
I think even some of them, because we know that Trump has gone for some very controversial. I think even for some of them, they might even be raising some eyebrows. But we'll see what the cards say.
All right, I can go.
Go for it.
The cards are sort of better than I thought, but there's a bit of a sting here. So it starts with the star, which for me represents, in this case, putting country before party, representing the best of America. That's over the spread. So I thought, awesome, good. Followed by Jack Smith's report. Now, there might be some GOPers who actually are on the fence now, but when that report comes out, I'm not holding a great deal of light and hope for the report because we saw what happened with the Mueller report. But there might be enough, a handful of people. They only need 3 or 4 to cross the floor. So the report might shift a few. They're having trouble. You know, this card, for those learning tarot, the Queen of Cups, the secret is the lid on the emotions, or does the lid need to come off to let those emotions out? In this, I think the lid's stuck. My vibe on this card in this read, they want to do the right thing, but they're so far removed from the right thing. It's causing them anxiety. These are not the MAGA ones. These are the ones who started out as decent Americans. They're struggling with it. I think they might stand up. If not on every issue, maybe they will stand up. Enough of them. It only needs a few. cards were better than I expected.
Very interesting. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, underneath of it, they've gathered and collected a few things about, the craziness of the Magatonians that are happening. The energy coming into it is shedding light on it. And what they're doing is they're investigating and wanting to tie them up. So the challenge is a tower moment of loss by them standing up and taking charge to bring balance. So it looks like, yes, they may have some that will actually vote against the Magatonians.
Very interesting. And just a quick one in for Summerland Girl. She says MAGA and GOP are not the same. So there is there. Indeed. And I think what might be worth a while, if we can do maybe a 1-card pause. So Gamma Ray says, will Garland ever be taken to task for his feckless slow walk of going after criminal GOP in Congress after 4 years? That's quite interesting.
Will we do one card or no?
Yeah, I think we'll do a 1-card pull on that, and then we'll squeeze in, which seems to be a little bit more of a frivolous question. I'm not familiar with it, but sometimes a bit of levity, in these dark times. So will the GOP, will they defend democracy? What's very interesting is out of my 5 cards, four of them are pentacles.
That says a lot.
Doesn't that say a lot? But even the message, though, is quite interesting. So look, I think even they look here. We've got the boy, on the back representing the sun, truth, clarity, etc., and stuff like that. It is now blatantly clear to everyone what the agendas are. No one can pretend that they don't know what's going on, that they don't know what's on the agenda. No one is naive anymore. No one is innocent about the plans that have been put forward. It's all been written down. It's all been shown. Duck Larange, of course, is saying his thing before he's even in office. So even for them, it's now abundantly and nakedly clear. Here they are hammering away on their projects, on their projects. And I think this is all of their individual projects, because each one is going to be wanting something slightly different. But, this is also a big goal as well. They did obviously want Duck Larange to get in. But look, here is the 4 of Pentacles, which is about holding on to something, trying to preserve something, not let something go. Could this actually be some GOP that are wanting to hold on to some form of democracy?
Imagine that.
I mean, imagine, there it is, holding on to something, trying to preserve something. However, we do see the Knight, the Knight of Pentacles, which sometimes is known as the Mercenary as well. But this is the card, sometimes I call this the card of slow money, slow money. And it's this kind of, I don't think they want to see democracy completely go, and because they know the effect that this will have on America, even for them in the end, because these people, they want to keep their jobs, they want to keep their lifestyles, they like dancing around this and playing footloose and fancy free, which they've been doing with Duck Larange and that stuff for a while. But how many of them really do they really want to lose democracy? Because it's not going to be good for anyone. It really isn't, not even them. So I would say there are some that may use their influence. They may use their influence. They may just be slow and steady in the background, but they may use their influence to hopefully prevent this. Because once you lose democracy, their jobs also become irrelevant, because once you don't have any elections anymore, you don't have congressmen anymore. Like there's no elections. Do you know what I mean? It's just all fake. So I think they're pondering it. I think they realize they're going to have to step up. I don't think Duck Larange will completely get his way.
Praying for that.
We have to see. All right, so shall we do the one card pull then on Merrick Garland?
Yes, we will. While we're shuffling, teacher Barbara says her grandfather designed a water running engine back in the 60s.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. This stuff's been around for decades and it's not allowed to.
It's actually quite old technology now when you think of it. A car that running on water, but yeah, they suppress it. All right, Merrick Garland. Let's just see what's going on there. Yeah. Okay, we've got my card. So after 3, you ready, Lena?
Yes.
Okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh. All right. So Lena, how do you interpret your card?
Trade-offs. No, I think he'll just go off into the sunset. Hope I'm wrong.
Right. Lady G?
Well, it looks like somebody's ready to stand up and take action.
Good.
Yeah. And my card, I get the Fool here, and I think really the full breadth of the... Oh, are we being trolled again? Oh, no, that was... Wow, no. God, anyway, never mind. No, that was further up.
It worked.
Oh, good. Here, I think we have to take the full breadth of this Fool card, which is actually quite a sophisticated card. There literally has been foolishness here. But this card can also talk about naivety, heedlessness, and quite literally, it can also be talk about negligence as well. Just being foolish, laissez-faire. It's almost like this is how we pursued those cases. It's like, la-di-da, la-di-da. There wasn't that sense of urgency. Now, imagine if there was a sense of urgency with the thing. History would be different. It would quite literally be different. But there's also this element here of a leap of faith. But I think I'm really seeing this more in the shadow interpretation of the card. I just think he just didn't act because he didn't want to. And my original reading that I did on him, and I know I keep mentioning it, but it did come absolutely true. And the reading I did on him years ago was that there were hidden powers not yet known to us as to why he slow walked that whole thing. And I think that needs to be explored at a certain point, because that
because that's the Heritage Foundation and the Federalists and all of that, like really sad.
Yeah, he was beholden to them.
I'm sorry, but he should have been sacked a year in. Once a year passed after the insurrection and he'd done nothing, everyone cut him slack because he was coming into a very messy DOJ. But that should have been the warning sign. You need a mongrel in there.
Yeah. Let's squeeze in one more. Now this is, I can't even read this one. The first 2 letters are BJ. So let's just say that, BJ. And who is Natalie Hunt? Does anyone know who Natalie Hunt is?
Heard the name. Can you help us out in the comments?
The question is Natalie Hunt the orange man's new girlfriend? But who is she?
Don't know. Do we care?
I'm not sure if we do. I'm not sure if we do care. You know what? Let's do a quick poll. And I think this is very pertinent. Let's do a quick poll on Trump's potential sanctions, because it seems to be going quite pear-shaped. A lot of people seem to be really strongly. So let's look at that.
This is going to determine his presidency.
It really is. It really is. It really is. I think the sanctions really are going to be something. So let's just read on that. What's the energy around the sanctions if Duck L'Orange does actually carry out these threats? What effect will it have? Let's look at that.
You're talking tariffs here?
Yeah, the tariffs. Sorry, the tariffs. Pardon me, the tariffs. What will be the effect? What's the energy around these tariffs if they are implemented?
Huh? Oh my goodness. Oh.
Ooh, what do you have?
Can I go?
Sure, go for it.
Oh my God. Well, it could be the worst idea ever, right?
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
because he's now gone to war with the entire world in trading terms. It's going to stall the US economy in an unbelievable way with this Four of Swords. You can't believe these cards. That's going to lead to loss and destitution around as millions of people lose their jobs, as the cost of everything goes through the roof, not the floor. This could also be how it impacts the party, because it's not just him, it's all those GOPers we were just talking about going down the gurgler. But you know what? It has to sort of play out.
Oh, gosh.
Card of karma, fate, and destiny. It has to play out for people to actually get it.
Yeah.
But I couldn't believe that lineup.
Yeah, incredible. Lady G, what do you have?
Well, underneath of it, the takeaway about this, yet again, another theft of money by him, and judgment would come out about the new action, the hidden reality of it, and the truth when it comes to what Trump is trying to do, which is, again, all this stuff up in the air.
Yeah, delusional.
Not having the true knowledge about what to do with it, not taking it in. And the message about the action would what? Hurt the families.
The cards are on fire, aren't they?
Yeah, God. And that Two of Swords as well, that really strikes me too, of people deliberately not wanting to see, and not wanting to appreciate the choice that has been made, because he did talk about it. No one can say that they didn't know.
Proudly.
No one can say that, oh, I didn't know. This is no surprise. He's not even in office yet, and he's tweeting around the world, and there's already consequences. But
none so blind as those who will not see.
Indeed. So here's my cards here. There's mine have a little ray of hope. I would say a little ray of hope, a smidge. So here we are. Look, we've got the smug merchant here. Now, isn't this interesting? The smug merchant. So merchants deal with what? Imports, exports. They're dealers. So this is Duck L'Orange thinking, right, yes, that's it.
I'm going to teach them.
That will teach them. And of course, Trudeau flew down and all of this kind of stuff to sort of like, go there and, what have you. So obviously, Mar-a-Lago has been very busy. So Duck L'Orange himself feels quite satisfied with things.
Yeah.
However, look at what turns up in the obstacle card. Now, my God, isn't this pertinent? The Three of Wands, which is the card of trade.
Trade over the waters.
Over the waters, with literally the ships coming in. This is the card of imports and exports, quite literally turning up in the obstacle position. I mean, it can't be any clearer than that, isn't it? It's just extraordinary. Yeah. If we look here, there is the reaching the landmark, Four of Wands, but we know this is what? The White House. Decisions made in the White House. What is it going to do for the American people and the economy? It's going to tie everything up, quite literally. I mean, we're getting graffiti now. This isn't even subtle. This is the cards are speaking in graffiti. This is what it will do. The sanctions will actually tie up the American economy. People will have less money, not more. Yeah, not more. And of course, this is a situation of which can be also considered as one's own making. Obviously, not the ones that voted for Trump, but it everyone's in this same kind of bind now, quite literally. It is going to require strength, internal resources and strength, to weather the storm. Let's hope that there is an element of restraint, and it's not just blanket. Because he's talking 25% and then an extra 10% on China. Let's hope that maybe there might be someone strong there who might be able to show a bit of restraint. And then I had to pull a clarifier because I was just like, it can't be left there. And then look what I got, Lena. Wheel of Fortune as well. There is something in this, guys, which is like it is the wheel of fate and fortune is turning. There's something so karmic about everything happening right now.
And people had a choice until recently, and we can debate whether it was stolen or not. The point is, people had a choice, and look what happened.
Yeah. So there we are, guys. But those are the cards. Oh, I forgot to say, so there's over 1,800 of you joined us live this evening. Thank you so much. Big love to everyone. Please don't forget to do the thumbs up, like, and subscribe if you'd like to support HoGaLe's. Much appreciated, if you will. Thank you to everyone for all the donations as well. Extraordinary. There were so many of you. I had to say,
Jupiter must have been out tonight. Thank you, guys.
Much appreciated. And of course,
I'd like to share one more from the comments.
Oh,
I just
sure.
cleaned my glasses. Now I can see you all so much better. Aspie says, the first car, I'd forgotten this. The first cars were electric. They only developed an engine to charge the battery. Then some fool struck oil, and then it became... So the first ones ran on a battery. We've got to know history. You know, it's so important. Elon,
everything comes full circle. Everything comes full circle. Full circle. So, but thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. Thank you as well to everyone that donated, as I was saying. And we will see you next week. We will see you back. Let's see what else is showing up in the world. But my goodness, I think the cards were very, very clear tonight, weren't they, ladies? They were speaking in graffiti tonight. Graffiti. It was
in high relief.
Indeed. So we'll catch you all later. Hopefully I can click off the button now, and we will see you. We'll see you next week. Let's see if I can click off in time.
See you guys.
I'm doing my best here to end the show. Let's see. Has that ended? Have we ended? No. There's something going on with the button.
Engaged.
Okay. Talk amongst yourselves while I try and end the show.